Do you have any best practices or advice tips for students heading into the recruiting cycle, especially for hedge funds?
Yeah, I mean, I think as far as best practices and things that I've noticed, I think ultimately for a hedge fund that I think kind of differs from maybe banking is, for banking, there are a set sort of list of technical questions that you'll get. I think for a hedge fund, the goal is as conversational as possible. I think that they're not necessarily kind of running through sort of a list of specific questions, but kind of more about what are your general thoughts, picking your brain. And so I think trying to have the interview go be as conversational as possible and trying to direct the interview toward names that you've researched and specific things that you have a strength in is really, really important. And part of that's done with the resume, right? So you get questions that cater to your strengths. And I think the other biggest part is, especially coming out of undergrad, is so much of it is because you don't have work experience or a ton of work experience yet. I think a really important part of the interview is going to be why do you want to do this? Like, do you have the passion for this? And can you differentiate between fund XYZ and that fund over there? I think as you get a little bit older in your career, your track record speaks for itself. But at this early stage, I think you really want to perfect that why hedge fund and why this specific strategy and platform over another.